Circuit.
Welcome to the Unicorn Circuit, your weekly dose of fanking, car news, automotive goodness, weird stories. Today we've got an absolutely huge show, the biggest one we've ever had. Fanking has evolved to galaxies that are beyond the comprehension of the human psychological makeup.
It's not going to be the biggest, longest show. It's going to be
It's just going to be the biggest full of content.
We got a big one at the end coming too. There's a big one, a big one at the end.
There's a bombshell
for the code word
at the end. Yes.
Hang around for the code word. Let us know if you've made it through.
Yes, let us know if you made it through. But what's coming at the end of this show is something you've been asking for. It's taken us a year to get there, but finally you're going to be seeing what it is that you've been asking for. But before we go any further, a very, very important announcement. We have been teasing you like dangling some string with a homemade mouse made of felt in front of your catty mouth, and you've been on it. Finally, it's happening. We have a brand new series starting on this very channel on MCM TV2. It is starting this week. I do believe it is on Friday, and we've got a quick little preview to get you all excited.
Never been seen before. Coming at you right.
It's the premiere
Coming
of
at
the
you
new series.
right
In 5, 4, 3. Just do it
now.
Here we go now.
That is
So
huge.
epic.
So we have been working away on that. It's got some new music in it. We've been really, really excited to be working with Benny on his new show.
Yeah.
It's
Awesome. Taking the Cresta next level, taking it to the other side of the world. It's from the other side of the world. It came here completely modified with Australian parts and then sent back over to the Northern Hemisphere to go and compete in Drag Week.
It's
Such
been
an
to
epic
more
story.
countries than a lot of people have
It has.
already. It's
Yeah.
like been to Japan and Australia and America. It's a well-traveled car. So there it is. But as I said, we've got a massive show this week. So let's just kick, hook, grab the news. This week in car news, we are kicking off in Queensland. Now, everybody likes to modify their cars,
Yes, they
adjust their
do.
suspension,
Yes.
get their car nice and
Yes.
low for some mad track times.
Or high.
But do you want to go high?
Yep. I
Are you
want to drive
sure?
over stuff. In Queensland, there's a lot of stuff to drive over.
Well, recently in Queensland, there was a big blitz and the police were defecting people who had illegally modified raised suspension.
Yep.
They've now passed a new rule that you can raise your car without getting it certified. I actually have the source here, but you can only do it if your car has electronic stability control, ESC.
you can, or if it does or if it doesn't.
You can if it does.
Really?
So if
I
your
thought
car
the
has
problem was
ESC.
that ESC wouldn't work properly if the height was
Well,
changed. Was that the whole thing?
now what they're saying is that your car can be raised up to 75 millimeters, and that's incorporating a maximum of 50 millimeter of suspension lift, 25 millimeter tire increase, and
That's
you can
not
do
much.
that
That's 1 inch for our
without
American
certification. Now, people are actually raising their cars way more than that.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like saying you can lower your car this much instead of that. But here's what's really interesting, and this is what I think is fascinating about this, and this is from the Queensland Transport and Main Roads Minister Mark Bailey. What he said is a modified vehicle registered in another state or jurisdiction can legally drive in Queensland, provided the vehicle continues to comply with the modifications that were approved in the other state or jurisdiction. So does that mean you could raise your car or have it registered in a state where you can actually go higher than that, and then go over there and just drive it around in Texas, even though it was done somewhere else? So my question really is...
Texas is in New South Wales.
Yes, that's right, as opposed to Nevada, which is in Queensland. So the question is, are there some people that are living near borders of any country, whether it's Australia, Victoria, South Australia, New South Wales, Queensland, or overseas, and you're keeping your car registered in a different state to possibly get some benefit not from your home state?
This happens from Victoria as well. People like to leave their cars registered in Queensland because you don't have the yearly inspections. Or Victoria, same thing, rego's a bit cheaper. A lot of trailers that you see, keep an eye out for trailers, especially higher ones, and look what the plate is. It's almost always Victoria.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to do regular inspections, so those trailers can just stay in the state they're in. Speaking of Queensland, they have new cop cars. And those new cop cars
Mustangs.
They look pretty cool.
Mustangs?
They've just got a Kia Stinger because they do a lot of testing apparently. So they get like manufacturer will give them a car because it's a good contract to have, right? Like selling your car to the cops.
Absolutely.
Because they need heaps of them. So
it's actually good marketing as well because a lot of
too.
people, like families, are going to look and go, if it's good enough for the police, it's good enough for me.
Exactly. And with the disappearance of our high performance Holdens, HSVs, Falcons, FPV things, they're all gone. So the only other option now is things like Mustangs and I guess a Camaro if we ever get it. But a Stinger is a 4-door and it's turbo and they're not slow, so it could actually be a good thing.
I reckon we got to get back to the 60s and I reckon they just got to get some old minis with some B16s in them. Seriously, can you imagine being chased down by like cops that
imagine
are like...
the sound of it.
Imagine they're just like torque steering all over the place with their sirens on flying down the road.
You just hear it.
That would be amazing. Now, speaking of amazing, Tesla Model 3, rainy fingers, there you go.
Electric cars.
They are finally due to hit the Australian shores mid-2019. Elon Musk has tweeted because someone said, when am I going to get my car? And he said mid-2019. Now, this means this is 3.5 years since people have gone through that pre-order thing. Right. Remember back in the day, like 2016 or whatever, you had to go give them $1,000 or $2,000. Do you remember what it was?
A holding deposit. I think it was $1,000.
Or something like that, or $1,500.
But they got like hundreds of thousands of people did it. So they raised a lot of money just to kick it off.
They had heaps of them. Now, everybody's given old Elon a hard time, maybe because he's saying stupid shit on the internet sometimes.
And smoking bongs on camera.
Maybe. Except, finally, the company's just turned a profit. They're making money.
Cool.
This is a big deal for all of the Elon Musk haters out there. I've never met the guy, so I neither like nor dislike his personality. But what I do like is that he's definitely trailing some blazers. And he's blazing. He's
making stuff. And again, a lot of the news you read about Tesla, we spoke about this last week, it's like so much of it is tied up with what the share market's doing and what Johnny the investor wants to see happen and shorting them. And like it's really hard to cut through. Like they're making a car. That's cool.
In fact, they've made 113,000 cars.
That's pretty good.
Like that's a lot of cars.
And they're making them in the USA. And speaking of cars that are made in the USA, that what I think it is?
That's Uncle Yankee right now. We're going to pause for one moment because we have a very important delivery that you will be seeing later on in the show.
This is so good.
Important. So we're just going to cut to a bit of random old Mighty Carmon's footage and then we'll be right back. We're back with something very exciting that you're going to see later in the show. It's going to be the best thing that's ever happened on this show.
Only just arrived.
Period.
Fresh.
All right.
Speaking of making cars in the USA, so recently President Trump, who you may or may not have heard of, has been tweeting about cars. He's been
tweeting about everything.
Cars can be built in the... He's done the tariff thing. So he's gone, there's tariffs on imports now from China. We don't want stuff from China. We want to build it ourselves.
Yeah.
Good in theory. And he's saying tariffs mean cars can be built in the USA. And this was to do with the Ford Focus that Ford was going to build in China and then import. And Trump's like, no, you should make it here. And Ford went, we won't make any money. And Trump went, yeah, but you can. And Ford goes, all right, we just won't sell them.
Really? They just went toys out of the cot?
No, they're like, well, we won't sell them. We're not going to make them there. We can't make any profit. If you're not going to bring it from China and do it that way to make profit, we just won't sell them. So it's sort of a weird, but like that double down and then backfiring. It's
So they're not even going to make them in China.
They'll still make them in China, but not for America.
Oh, they just won't sell them in America.
Just won't sell them in America. Like for a car company that big that was started in America to sort of be like, well, nah. But I mean, as we know, our Focus is built in Germany. And they're built all over the world.
I'll tell you what is going to get made in America, though. That is the Australian engineered and designed Ford Ranger as the Ford Segway. Now, you may know or you may not have known that Australians invented the ute, the utility vehicle, back in the 1930s to carry bacon to the market, but it was still in pig form at the time. And anyway, so from 2019, you'll be able to get a Ford Ranger in America. I don't know if it has a different name or something. I'm pretty sure it's going to be called a Ford Ranger because it should, because they're really good. It's now Ford's highest selling model in Australia.
Yep.
And it's the biggest selling 4x4 in Australia. Full disclosure, we have a Lone Ranger that Ford lent us, and we drive around and we tow cars in it, so I just want to put that out there, but it is freaking awesome, and obviously we drove one a few years ago in New Zealand. But America has been saying, we want them, we want them, we want them. Now you're going to get them, and you can enjoy this Australian designing and engineering goodness. It's not going to be diesel, you're actually going to be getting the 2.3 litre EcoBoost petrol from a Focus. a Focus RS, so maybe, you know, Mountune or some of those other cats that are doing stuff like that will do you some mad mods for your Ford Ranger Edition.
And America's lucky because you guys, we're pretty sure, also get the twin-turbo V6 petrol that we don't get here.
Oh, is that the Raptor one?
I think that's what you can get in a Raptor. We don't get them. You guys are lucky. They're awesome. You can turn them up, 10-speed autos behind them. I think the new one in America's got a 10-speed auto as well, right?
That's crazy. That's full Fast and Furious spec, isn't it?
Dude, you just change gears on the runway. One more story out of America, and SEMA is on at the moment, which is that massive show that's on in Las Vegas.
We should go next year, because I've never been. You've gone twice.
So good. Got to go. Don't go every year. It does your head in. It's too much. You've got to have a year off in between. We went in 2012 and 13. There's a video. We'll put a link to it. Anyway, it's awesome. A lot of time companies will debut new cars. Aftermarket companies will, but also manufacturers. In this case, Nissan debuted a couple. I think it was about 5.
Yeah.
2 of note. One is as a 370Z that they went, we want to make a car.
Is it turbo?
Wait for it. Our goal was to create a vehicle that owners could recreate using Nissan Motorsport and aftermarket parts. And that got my attention. I'm like, okay, so you're going to do like a concept car that for a change actually happens, and concept cars
you can actually buy it?
So, no.
Oh.
You can't, but you can. It's a 370Z with a special wrap on it or whatever, but they pulled the 3.7 litre naturally aspirated poo engine out and they put in a VR30 DETT twin turbo 3 litre motor.
And now we can get that.
And now it makes 400 horsepower factory.
And we can buy them.
Well, this is a confusing thing,
you buy
right?
them?
So in America, I know Ford do it. I don't know about Nissan if they do it, but you can actually like buy all that stuff from manufacturers ready to go. Like you can buy a crate engine with an ECU and auto, and these packages that you can put in whatever car you want. Now, if that's the road that Nissan's going down in America, can we please have that?
Yes.
Can we please have
that? Is that what
like,
we're saying though? Is that what they're saying?
Can you go and buy a 370Z like with no, like imagine if you could just buy it with no engine and all that stuff.
And then you
just
put
go,
whatever you want in it.
tick that box, and just put it on a crate and a pallet and send it to our shed, and we get 5 bolts and go donk donk. And
in fact, for a lot of people, imagine just like going, you go to the dealership and you go, I want this car, this thing. It could even just come to the dealership for people who don't want to rent. They can do it and then give it to you.
Exactly. So it looks like this. We got a photo of it. They also debuted some other stuff like a Nissan Kicks sound machine.
What the hell is that?
Well, I'm not really sure of the purpose of that, but that's the kind of stuff you see at SEMA, which is one of the reasons that you really need to go.
Great.
And have a look.
And both those cars are the same colour. That kind of rusty orange thing.
It's a
Try and get everyone's attention. There is the car news. Of course, there is some new Golf stuff coming out, except there's no use talking about that because the new Golf is just the parts bin of the old Golf. So there's not a whole lot of news there. But we're going to be talking a little bit more about that in the Conspiracy Hat Cat. Next up, though, let's just rock our way right into, is that even legal? Why did the chicken cross the road, Martin? It didn't, because it's illegal in Georgia, USA. Chickens can't cross the road. That's it. Boom, that's a fact. You can Google it. Let's move right on to weird stuff from Unicorn.
Weird Stuff from Unicorn is the delightful section of this show where we acquire through certain means weird things from the internet and then,
so snappy this week.
And then share them with you.
What is it, Martin? Show the people. What is it? I don't know what that is.
It's a...
Does it say it's a condom?
It looks like a condom, but it seems a bit too solid to be a condom. Which, if anyone doesn't know what a condom is, you should probably Google it. Might come in handy.
What is it, Martin?
Dude, it's a USB thumb drive that looks like a franger.
Oh, why?
Do you know any other words for condoms? Frangers?
Not that I'm going to talk about here. But there you go. What do you guys call condoms in your country?
Dongers? No, that's what you put in the franger.
Really?
The donger goes in the franger, doesn't it?
I don't know. Man. That's. I mean,
you should tell us. What do you call these things?
The internet exists so that you can buy that kind of stuff. There it is.
I wonder if it
next
works.
up, Martin.
I wonder if there's anything on it.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe. See, I couldn't put that in my computer because I've got my USB-C.
Dude.
So what's actually on it?
What are those numbers? What is that?
That's pictures. Click on that. Click on that, and now hit the spacebar. And
I don't think that's supposed to be there.
I think that's meant to show you how to use it.
Eject.
Ejaculation. Eject you. Sorry. Anyway, next up, it's mycrapcar.
mycrapcar is the section of Unicorn Circuit where he does the mouth thing, which is really weird in the corner of your eye. Get your friend to do the mouth thing right next to your face. It is so weird. mycrapcar is a section of the Unicorn Circuit, so freaking distracting, where you show us your crap car. So thank you for setting this in. This week's crap car is a Hyundai Elantra, not a Hyundai Elantra. I don't know if there's a difference at all. It's a Hyundai Elantra. It's red. I'm not really sure if it's going to do a skid, but come along and look at this awesome 1997 Hyundai sent in by this legend.
At very least, there will be an attempted skid. We can guarantee you that.
Hello Unicorn Circuit, this is my 1997 Hyundai Elantra. My favourite feature of this car is my custom exhaust. So if you take a look at this, as you can see, I've customised a plate underneath to cover up the hole there. So that's really nice. It's just a cheap little way to, you know, get optimal performance for your vehicle. So the second feature is these custom doors right here. So I was having a bit of trouble, you know, plastic, how it goes, it snaps after a while. So what I've done is I've just hot glue gunned a bit of string to the rod here, and then you got yourself an opening mechanism. So you just pull it just like that. I'll show you an example. So what we got here is got the same setup here, the rope, pull it to the side, open it, bloody beautiful. This aircon has a bit of a special feature. It's actually got a security device on it, and there's a pressure mechanism in there that you need to hit for it to work. So you hear nothing. Bloody beauty, mate. I've been having a bit of trouble with the window. It seems that it only goes down like a millimetre at a time, and you got to kind of put pressure down on it, but I mean, it's not too bad. It's just that if you get pulled over by the cops, yes officer, just one moment. The visors, they were getting a bit old and tattered, so what I did, I just got a couple of socks, this one here, this one here. I just put the socks over it, and it's, you know, she's turned brand new. And if you zoom into here, you can see that I've just put a screw here and also a screw down here with a bit of a hair tie, and it holds it up so it won't fall down. Unfortunately with this side here, this is a bit of a, you know, awkward situation here. I've put the sock over it, but I've tried to use the Velcro stickies, but it's a bit, you know, it holds up alright, you know, good enough to get around. It's pretty common for cars to get burgled around where I live. This little feature is kind of good. People get just too frustrated when they try and steal your car. So all you got to do is I put my key in there, turn it all the way over, and because this is a bit what I've done is I just get a screw and I connect the points. You'll be able to hear it when it goes. It'll go ting. There we go. Now you can see the lights have gone up on the dashboard there, and you can turn her on. Now while I've got the car on, just go out the back there and get a look at the noise. She's absolutely sports performance.
So there it is. Thank you for showing us your awesome Hyundai amazingness.
I love all your little DIY mods, like holding up your revision mirror with a screw, and the door handle thing with the string. Like, that's thinking outside the box.
Well done. So you guys can send us videos of your crap cars to mycrapcar@theunicorncircuit.com. Next up, Martin, it's time for this. This is my second favourite segment of the show. It's time for meow 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 meow.
Conspiracy hat cat. This week on Tinfoil Hat Cat, we're talking about a conspiracy that we have discovered, we've worked out through vast research and time and effort spent to discover this to help you understand cars.
That's right.
How I don't know.
Get ready for the bombshell, everybody. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Or that. There's no such thing as a new car.
Nope, there's only ever
They
been
don't
one.
exist. There's only ever been one because
first one.
every other car that you've bought since then has just shared that systemic knowledge that was in the first one that then goes down. Because when you drive a car around, you're driving around on the technology of the dude who invented the wheel and all the different fluids and all the systems and all the things in there. But what we realised is when we're doing some research for this show this week and we're like, oh, there's the new Golf GTI, which by the way is only 5-door, 3-door gone, manual gone. Now people who love those mad little nuggets, they wanted 3-door manual cars. That was the thing. Well, you can't have them anymore.
Nope.
Too bad. But what I noticed is they go now, it has Golf R brakes, but the new GTI has got the brakes off the old Golf R. So really what they're doing is going, there's going to be a new Golf R next year or for Australia 2020 or something, and they just get all the stuff they've already got and they trickle it down the line and go, well, let's just give the next model down some stuff from that one and let's get the GTI stuff and give them the next model down, and it trickles on down. Now the trickling is not a bad thing. It trickles down off the gooch and then it lands on you, and the great thing about that is that you get to benefit from all the technology and money and time that someone put in, like Mercedes-Benz when they invented the airbag or the seatbelt or whatever it was, and now you can even buy a Hyundai or some other car here with that thing. But the conspiracy is that a lot of the time when you're buying a new car, it's actually all old stuff and they're just trying to make it look new so that you buy it.
Totally. And if you want to check that fact, go down to your local parts shop, look up some brakes and cross-reference the actual brake number with all the different cars, and you'll see that it's like, as the years go on, the brake pad doesn't change, but the models do.
Yes.
Because the stuff's the same. It's the same with like oil filters as well, which usually determines what the engine is and that kind of stuff.
And you can also have a look at cars like some Skodas. What are the other Vag cars? There's Skoda.
Vag, Porsche, no. In Vag is Porsche, Skoda, VW, Audi. There's others.
Because I think if you look at some like modern Skodas, you'll see that they've got like Mark IV Golf door handles and stuff. Yeah. Like it's like a new car but using old stuff. I don't know if that's just a conspiracy or if it's not, but we thought you should know out of due diligence.
Tell us. If you have any more on this, you should tell us in the comments.
All right, let's move it on to Thank of the Week. Thanking is the delightful art of recontextualising a product's name by taking a photo of it down near your crotch. And congratulations and well done to everybody who upvoted on the Urban Dictionary the true and correct definition of thanking, because the actual real definition, which was the delightful art, was the third definition.
Is it
it's now number one.
Right.
It's number one.
The
you look up
delightful
thanking, and it is the delightful art of recontextualising a product's name by taking a photo of it down near your balls. Now, here it is, crotch. So this week, for whatever reason, thanking has evolved. This is, I'm going to say...
Has it gone off? Is there just heaps of them?
It's gone off. There's so much. I started going through them and I was like, wow, I've got heaps. And all of these came just yesterday. They're huge. Thanking has also evolved. We're going to see some techniques we haven't seen before.
Good.
Thanking it's beyond us now. We've thrown the thanking grenade out. And what it does from this point, it's beyond us.
We'll cue the theme music.
Here we go.
Bang, 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 bang.
Number one, 2 products. Hard copy.
Oh, well done.
2 products, 2 thumbs.
Good job.
We've never seen that before.
I rate that.
Well done.
I like that technique.
Good job.
That's really. I like the foot tattoos as well.
Look at that. That's a ladder. We've never seen that before. I mean, that's well done. So, I mean, I'm so impressed with what we've got this week. Premium wood. Yeah,
Look at that.
I don't know if that's
wood flares.
No, it's the spirit of premium wood.
Premium wood flare?
Wood flakes. So they're probably for smoking food. The ultimate pound.
And car related. Well done.
Well done. Is that an RX-8?
I think that's an NC MX-5.
Is it?
I think so. I have no idea.
You do. Dick's for mum.
Oh.
I mean, why not? Everyone.
Dick Smith isn't. Those shops don't exist anymore, do they?
I don't know. Well, they do for this person.
Guess so.
And for that mum, it would seem. Extra low chub. Look at that. I mean, it's...
We've all been there. Reverse. I like
it's beginning to look a lot like cock. Notable mention.
That should be Thank of the Week.
It should be until we get to Thank of the Week, and then you'll see why.
Right.
But that's amazing.
It's going to blow my
I haven't
hole.
read that. It's starting to look a lot like cockness. What did that say?
I don't know. Cocktails.
That one there took me a little while.
Miss Slice?
My
Slice.
Okay, I'm just moving on.
Was that a female?
Pulled cock.
Oh, slow pulled cock. Dude, Fanking's gone off this week.
It's gone ridiculous. Instant poo, and they've left a comment saying, when you're bunged up, all you need is... I don't know why it became a jingle. When you're all bunged up, all you need is...
Ching poo long.
All right.
Great. That's awesome.
No,
I don't know what it's
normally,
for.
amazing.
£5?
Martin, that's just the hard and soft. I think that was there just as a as a control in our thinking experiment this week.
Because we've seen that before.
But well done.
Next. That's so awkward. Next. Butternut.
Butternut. Well done. What I liked about that is a vegetable. We don't often see
Why
vegetables.
does the vegetable need a label?
I was thinking about that. It's because someone's genetically modified it, I reckon. Or maybe they haven't. I don't know. I don't know why it has a label. That's an evil hairy rat.
Oh. Could be too. The rat's sitting there too. I didn't even see the rat. I just saw the label. Look at the rat.
The rat
Oh man.
Martin,
What's
all
that
in
say?
one docking.
Oh, good. Next. Dick's
homemade sauce. Look at it.
That's interesting technique as well.
Looks delicious.
Like they've chopped that label.
They've done something
There's just
on there.
dicks everywhere, isn't there?
Look at this, dong and balls, and look at the arrangement.
How is that not Fank of the Week?
Because
This is excellent.
No, it's excellent. I told you, Fanking
Dong
is
and
evolved.
balls.
It's incredible.
Wow.
That's the fun stick.
Marty's fun
Oh, it's
stick.
Marty's fun stick. I didn't even know.
I have thanked that myself on the thanking page.
Have you really?
Yes.
By the way, for some people, when you put your thanking up, we don't always put them all on the thanking Facebook page because there would be so many on there. We go through the wall and then we get them for the show. So if you don't see it on the page, don't get upset. It's probably on here. Martin, next up, look at this, Papa Milk.
Taiwan Papa Milk.
And now it's time for Thank of the Week. Here it is, everyone. Evolved, the chunky cock. It's 2 cans, it's 2 thumbs. Amazing.
That is Fank of the Week.
Amazing.
The controversy is that dong and balls is that is Fank of the Week. There's so many contenders for Fank of the Week.
I mean, it was so good this week. I mean, look, notable mentions for...
So dong and balls.
Dong and balls. It's starting to look a lot like cock.
That's
the evil hairy rat.
Yeah,
and chunky cock.
Chunky cock's good.
I mean, it's
just the size of it.
And it's mainly the perspective of it.
Yeah.
It was incredible. So well done. Of course, you can join in the fun and frivolity. That is why our families are so proud of us for this segment of the show. And you can join in the fun and pride by sending in your photos to the Thanking Facebook page, which is... it's on the Facebook.com Thanking Daily. There it is.
Next it is mytown.
I'll go. You go.
mytown is a delightful section of Unicorn Circuit where we recontextualise a town
by taking a photo of you near our crotch.
So you take us to your town using a camera on your phone, film it this way, and don't worry about putting music or anything on it. Show us your town.
Yes.
Now, this week has delivered.
This week
said take
has
us to your
delivered.
town. It doesn't matter where it is, anywhere in the world, we want to see your town. Doesn't matter how big or small.
And we've been to this town, which is cool.
And this week we are going to...
Don't tell them yet, because it's exciting. We filmed an episode there that we're linking right now. Maybe pause this video and watch that.
Check out my teeth in that video, pretty epic.
And this is amazing. So just have a look at that, then come back. This is the real Australia.
Yes.
People think the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge and that Chinese massage place in Chinatown, they think that's the real Australia. But it's not. The real Australia is once you head out. I mean, who knows what the real Australia is actually? It's a bit of a mixture. It's a bit of a mixture, and that's what Australia is like a party mix. There's all sorts of things going on there. Some things tasty, some not so much. But the point is, where we're going today is I've had some true blue experiences there.
True blue experiences. Don't say anymore. This week we're going to Tamworth.
G'day, Marty, Moog and the Unicorn Circuit. My name's Scott and welcome to my town. As you may have guessed, today we're in the town of Tamworth. We're famous for the country music capital of Australia. Each year we have a country music festival And behind me is the Golden Guitar, probably one of our most famous landmarks. Tamworth is also known for its roundabouts. We have lots of them. Come with me and I'll show you some of our roundabouts. On our left is a super cheap auto. Yes, we've got Mighty Car Mod's favourite auto store in Tamworth. We might be a small town, but we do have major stores. We don't have a Myer, we don't have a David Jones, but we make up for it with a Kmart, a Target and a Big W. So yeah, we're pretty sorted for retail. We're now coming up to one of many Tamworth's roundabouts. There's a lot of roundabouts in this town, and for some reason the council seem to think it's a great idea to keep putting more of them in. Yes, I'll take you through some old roundabouts, I'll take you through some busy roundabouts, I'll take you through some stupidly placed pedestrian crossings either side of roundabouts. It's madness. Look, I've been through a roundabout 10 seconds ago. Oh, look, it's another roundabout. Yep, this town's got a lot of roundabouts. Not really sure why, because people here don't really seem to use them very well, and I'm surprised there's not more accidents. Anyway, we'll keep showing you through the roundabouts. There you go, another roundabout. Tamworth has a tradition. We call it a peerly. It's when all the young people with P plates crank up the music, have their windows down, and drive down Peel Street at an extremely slow rate. As you can tell, I haven't even been talking for 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds at the most. We've been through 2 roundabouts. And look what's in front of us. Another roundabout, you guessed it. This roundabout's particularly mad. If you pay close attention, number 1, it's fairly busy. Number 2, there's a pedestrian crossing off to my left. I'm going to go straight through. And look what's on top, another pedestrian crossing. The other thing that's really cool with Tamworth is we've got a pretty awesome lookout. The road up to the lookout is believed that it used to be a hill climb racetrack. Here's the road going up to the lookout. It's got some nice hairpins and it's recently been resurfaced too. Believe it or not, the council workers knocked this road over in a couple of weeks. They've done a really good job. It's nice and smooth, so just imagine you could have a really awesome hill climb up here. Here is the view of Tamworth from the top of the lookout. As you can see, pretty nice place. Thanks to the Unicorn Circuit for checking out my town. I've been Scott. Enjoy your day, enjoy your night, or enjoy whatever time of day you've watched this. Have fun, and goodbye.
Tamworth, man.
Amazing.
Country Music Festival and like
Smashing some peelies down the street.
doing some laps at Peel Street. Yeah,
So
good.
there it is. Of course, you can send us videos of your town. Send them to mytown@theunicorncircuit.com. Next up, Martin, it is time for...
Is it?
Is it?
Is it time?
I don't know. Oh no, we have a mailbag.
We do have a mailbag.
We do have a mailbag. It's time for mailbag. Mailbag is the delightful section. We need to stop with the delightful section. But mailbag is where you guys send some stuff to our PO box, and you usually sign us up and send us nappies and undies and dog food.
So many nappies.
And we're not going to open that stuff anymore. If it doesn't have a handwritten label, I'm not opening it anymore.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Because there's just too many weird
Write
things
us a
to
note.
writing.
Write us a note and tell us what it is.
Yeah,
what it's all about.
But you can send it to the address that is in the description. It's PO Box 475 Sydney Markets, New South Wales.
2021. Read the description.
Read the description.
I
But
think
you
it's
can send us some
2129 or
stuff.
2029.
If you
I
make
can't
stuff,
remember.
if you're crafty, do you make a
Make us
candle?
something.
Do you make a car bit? Do you 3D print? Do you have a carvey? Do you make them things out of wood? Send us some stuff, and we might even give it a little shout out to 43 people who watch this show regularly.
Well, the 5 that made it to the end.
Yes, no, this show's watched
need
by
a
like
code word
50,000
for the
people.
end. The code
We'll
word
get there at the very end, I reckon. Or should we make it dong balls, ball and dongs, or chubby cock, or we'll think of it. We'll think of it. Anyway, so this week, Martin, here we go. We've got. Look at this, Martin. Somebody has sent us
Oh, what is
two
that?
different things. Oh. There's so many things to go through.
Ventriloquist dummy finger puppets. Is there a
And
note
Martin,
in there?
I do believe that we have, some awkward little duck feet.
So awkward.
Oh, where are they
I
going?
really, really don't like those.
Oh, duck and balls.
They look like zombies, man.
Oh. So there it is. Thank you very much to whoever sent us that.
Send us a note and tell us why. Like why ventriloquist dummy? I don't know. But I will make use of these when I really need to make a decision.
Incredible.
I can have one talk to the other one and go, you should buy an MX-5. No, you should buy an S2000, etc.
Martin, I'll tell you what's awesome. We've also got this here. This is a jumping grasshopper, and it says here it's tiny toy. No, wait for it. No. Tiny toy. Let's check the disclaimer. This is not a toy.
What?
This is not a toy. You cannot use it if you're under 14.
But isn't that
How
much
is
for
it-
users' toys?
How will an MX-5 owner get to play with that? Ever. I'm just joking. There it is, Martin.
How does it do?
Oh, look, I know. You stick it down on top of there, and at some point, it's going to go up. Whee!
Oh, that's actually pretty
awesome.
cool.
You need to lick the bottom of it.
No, I don't need to lick the bottom of anything.
No, if you lick it, though, it goes down
How
for
is that
longer.
not a
Watch this.
toy? Yeah. That is definitely a toy.
Now it's going to...
Did
That's
exactly
right.
the same thing as last time.
No, one.
Thanks
two.
to whoever
Yeah,
sent us that. That's
thank you very much.
quite fun.
There you go. I'm going to push it down with my duck feet, and I'm going to go behind it with a zombie. I'm going to use all the things he sent us in one go. Here we go. I'm going on your thing, and I'm going to just walk over, and I'm going to stick it there, and then the zombie's going to do that. Okay, thank you very much. There it is. Duck feet. Zombies.
Next up, it's a special edition.
It's the moment you've been waiting for.
It is the moment we've been waiting for a long
where is it?
time.
Wait,
I hope you're hungry.
I'm gonna.
I hope we're hungry.
Martin, where is it? Oh! It's time. It's.
Finally time.
We're doing it.
For not so random, eat bag. This week on Random Eat Bag, we have a very, very, very special segment, and the code word to tell us that you've made it this far is Dick Bush. So, we have bush foods that we've been talking about so much that I have not stopped talking about so much.
A lot of people, Martin, have been abbreviating the name, as we know. Where's the box?
Here.
There's the box. Some people, because we go eating Dick for breakfast, other
Yep.
people eat bush for breakfast. You can eat whatever you want. Both
Yeah.
are tasty.
So, what's good about this? So, Dick Smith is a dude from Australia. Look him up if you want. He had a shop. He's an Aussie. He likes Australia. Anyway,
We don't necessarily
he started-
agree with his political views because we're not aware of exactly what they are, just for the
So
record.
what he did do, and I don't know if he still owns it or not, but what he did do is he started up a food business where all the profit from the business, all the profit goes to charity. It's
And
a good
that's
idea.
awesome. That's
Very good
great.
idea. It just so happens that cereal was very tasty. They changed the recipe. Everyone cracked it hard. They were like, this new recipe, no good. So what some people did, including myself, is invented their own version of Dick's for breakfast. Dick Smith bush food for breakfast.
That's correct.
So just out of various items and products that you can buy at various supermarkets, there's a bit of a code to getting the mix just right.
Why am I wearing the box on my head, Martin?
Today he's wearing the box on his head because we are going to blind test the two Dick for breakfasts.
Yes.
Or in this case, Bush for breakfast and then Dick for breakfast, and we're going to find out which is better with this
Which
completely
one's actually-
impartial test. So I have myself here a bowl
It's a blindfolded Dick tasting test.
and another bowl.
Yes.
And I've got 2 spoons in a bowl. I'm going to open up the Bush food.
Now,
And
I
we're gonna-
cannot see which bowl you have or which spoon you have. I will be presented with 2 Dick
So
Bush
I
foods.
can tell from the look of this that it's the new recipe. Apparently they've gone back to the old recipe, which is a good thing, but we don't have it yet because I don't think it's hit the
Oh,
shelves.
so that's the new recipe.
No,
And that's the one you don't recommend,
this,
right?
this is the new recipe.
And you
So-
don't recommend that,
Well,
correct?
I bought it once. If that
Oh,
gives
okay,
you a,
that's enough.
This was the inspiration to start my own Dick for breakfast bush foods. So I've got a bowl of each, and I've done the similar amounts just so you can get a bit of an idea. Oh, I just dropped it.
And
which
then
is which.
maybe hide the boxes of the bags so that I can't see it, so that I can take the bag off once the 2 bowls are plated up and adequately milked.
They look similar enough. Now, some people say that they pour the milk in and then pour the cereal on top. Though you shouldn't be friends with those people.
Those people are
You
idiots.
should not be friends with those people. There's something very wrong with that. So here we go. So I'm gonna. Are you leaving your blindfold on for this?
Do I need to?
Yeah.
No, actually, yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna switch them around, and he's not gonna.
No, my eyes are legitimately closed.
All right. So you got Here you go. This is Exhibit A.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you want me to spoon it in?
I guess so.
This is Exhibit
I can't
A.
see. Yep.
You ready? You want a decent spoonful? There you go. Get your laughing chops around that. Exhibit A. And then once you've tried Exhibit B, you can tell us which is better and why.
Okay, that one is very nutty, bushy. Okay.
Are you ready for this one?
Yeah, yeah.
It's coming in hot.
Oh, it's number 2 without a doubt.
Is it?
Oh,
You
there's
think number 2 is Dick Smith Bush Foods?
No. Well, I don't know which one is which, but in no comparison, the second one that I had blows all over the first one. That's what I'm going to say.
That
the
one?
first one, I don't know which was which because I couldn't see. The first one tasted really floury and almost had a fake honey taste to it. The second one was like there was crunchy bits, there was soft bits, it was really tasty.
Look at that's new recipe Dick Smith Bush Food.
Was that the first one I had or the second one I
That's
had?
the first one you had.
The first one I had. Oh, so your Dick's the winner.
Oh, it's too sweet, man.
Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's unanimous.
there it is. I would say to people, if you'd like to buy some bags of Martys Dick for breakfast, we have it available. But no, we don't.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
If we ever do, you'll know about it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make breakfast cereal.
No. Do you?
I don't have a machine that makes it, so I don't know how to make
Do
it.
you buy the ingredients and mix your own
I
up?
buy a bunch of different ingredients and there's particular ratios. I do it on a scale and everything, just like a drug dealer.
So there it is,
Oh,
everybody.
man.
It's been done. You've all been asking for it. I don't think anyone's asked for it, actually.
No
I
one
don't
has,
think
but-
anyone has asked to see that.
But you like that one. Do you want me to make you another
It's
batch?
absolutely unanimous. Make me up a batch. There it is. Thank you for watching. As we mentioned, the Crestaverse Drag Week, Benny, his new series is going to be coming out on
any
MCMTV too. It's going to be out within the week.
The end of this week. It'll be out the end of this week. Get keen. We'll
Friday?
post up details.
Is it Friday?
I think it's on Friday.
I think it's on Friday.
We'll post up details. Keep an eye out. It's going to be on this exact channel. If you hit subscribe, it will come up in your little subscribe feed box bush thing.
Or if you don't want to subscribe, that's cool too.
Whatever.
Just come back on Friday because that's when that is going to be coming out. Thank you for watching. That's the Unicorn Circuit. See you all next week.
Unicorn Circuit.